ਸੋ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਫਿਰ ਆਪ ਸਭ ਦਾ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਵਿੱਚ। ਅੱਜ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਕਰਾਵਾਂਗੇ ਮਾਰਕ ਵੋਨੈਸ਼ ਨਾਲ, ਰੀਲ ਯੂਥ ਦੇ ਮੈਨੇਜਰ ਹਨ। ਕੀ ਇਹ ਸੰਸਥਾ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਕਿਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਭਾਈਚਾਰੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਦੇਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਨੌਜਵਾਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਹੀ ਦਿਸ਼ਾ ਵਾਲੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਈਏ, ਇਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣੇ ਆ ਮਾਰਕ ਤੋਂ। Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me, Harper.
Thank you. Real Youth, what is this organization?
We're basically a non-profit organization that engages young people to produce films about issues they care about. So we do weekend and week-long programs that teach video production and distribution skills while making films about important issues.
So what kind of issues have been touched, and since how long this organization has been working?
We're just starting our 10th year. We've made over 1,000 films since we started. And we just finished a really interesting project bringing young people into a seniors center and having the youth make films celebrating the residents there. So we've just finished making 10 films at a place called White Cliff Residence in Surrey, and the films have just been released online and have been really exciting for us and the youth.
So what was the experience and what was the idea of getting youngsters to these senior homes and making them interact with the seniors?
I guess it's sort of twofold. One is to build intergenerational relationships. I think it's pretty common in at least a Western society that young people and old people are very separate from each other. And I think it's really important to bring people that are different together so that they can learn from each other. The older people have so much wisdom to share with the young people, and the young people and the older people aren't connected to youth culture and sort of maybe have some stereotypes around what youth culture is like, and sort of need to be sort of reinvigorated around what their perception of young people are.
And by bringing the children for a day or so, do you think that that kind of thinking, what you are trying to put into the mind, that goes over there?
The program that I was speaking about was 6 days long, over 2 weekends.
Oh, wonderful.
And we brought 10 youth in to work with 10 seniors. And many of the youth have said that they're going to continue visiting the seniors, and that's part of the intention, is produce these films that have an impact with audiences, but also build these relationships that continue after the project finishes.
Oh, that's wonderful. And why do you think it is important to involve the youth with such kind of projects? And what changes do you find in a child who comes before and when they go after finishing off?
The project is important because having media skills is very important in this day and age, and giving young people those video production skills and ability to produce a short film for an audience is really important.
Right.
And then also making those connections with those intergenerational programs. It's so important to bring those separate communities together to learn from each other and to break some of the stereotypes that each of the groups have of each other. Our sort of intention or hopes that are left with the young people is that the connections are ongoing. The program itself is sort of a leadership program where they learn about themselves and how to interact with each other and work as a team to produce a film and go through all the conflict of, hey, I have an idea, but you have an idea. How do we work together and produce something that's going to be meaningful and that we both care about? And then ultimately honor and celebrate these older people that in a lot of cases can be quite isolated.
Absolutely. And this is one aspect where the youngsters were made to meet the elders. But as you said, over 1,000 films have been made. So what other areas have you covered?
Basically every area you can think of.
Okay.
Most of our programs, we show up with facilitators and equipment and ask the youth, what do you care about? If you had the power to change something in your community, what would it be? And they come up with a big list of issues, and then they vote on which ones they feel most passionate about and break themselves into groups based on which issues they pick. And then our role is to support them in making a film that they're really proud of and that's going to connect with audiences.
Who supports, where is the funding coming from?
All different places, a mix of grants, but also organizations sponsor programs, government agencies, nonprofits, charities bring us in, municipalities. We've done projects in Nepal, India, up in the Arctic Circle in Canada, all over.
So the youngsters who are involved with this, they are not charged for this?
It's always free.
Okay.
Yeah, and our intention is to bring in young people that wouldn't really have this opportunity otherwise.
What age group do you cater to?
We've worked with kindergarten all the way up to now seniors. Most of our work is with teenagers, but we sort of don't really put any barriers on age.
Right. And this concept which was started 10 years back, it's bearing fruits, as you said, because the best part what you have talked so far is empowering the children, because what we are finding today, our youngsters are many a times not having the direction which way to go, and the result is in front of us. So involving them with such kind of issues, making them understand and working on those projects, it makes them empowered, and also they feel honored that they have contributed something concrete.
Yeah, and I think asking young people what do you care about?
Right.
What do you want to see change? I think youth have deep insight into what's going on, are really aware and intelligent. If we can tap that intelligence and pass it on to the world, then there's some changes that can happen.
So during there, how many projects are there?
Since we started, how many?
No,
projects?
during a year, is it just one project which you do,
No,
or you keep
it's
on
probably,
continuing?
most programs produce between 3 to 10 films each, and we
Okay.
this year we did 100, or 2013 we did 130 films.
Okay,
Yeah.
on different issues.
All different issues depending on what the youth pick.
That's wonderful. And if anybody wants to have some more information, where can they get information?
You can just Google Real Youth. That's REEL Youth, and you'll find us there.
Congratulations and best wishes. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me in.
Thank you.